All right, you are live. Jeff, you got us?
Yeah, Taylor, can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and let you kick us off, and then we'll open up to questions.
Great response by our guys. I thought, from the jump, we challenged them to continue to have that same great energy and that great effort. That competitive level that we talked about, from game one and game two. I think our guys just took that to a whole different level tonight. Just the activity, whether it was our pick and roll coverages, our rotations, getting out to 3-point shooters. Miami's obviously a team that, shoots a lot of threes, but I thought our heavy contests were an impact tonight. But our defensive activity really kind of got us going, got us in our comfort zone. And I felt the offense just kind of, get 32 assists, get back to what we're doing. Obviously, we were making some shots. But I thought we played with just great execution on the offensive end. We made the right plays. We didn't force anything. Just steps in the right direction in all areas. Obviously, great to get a result, with a win at the end. But you just saw the totality of the game to win 3 quarters in a row and just have great effort throughout. Very proud of the guys.
First question, Terry Davis.
How you doing, Coach?
Good, Terry.
With so much great things to pull from this win, what little thing can you do better going forward?
I say we got to keep getting better about not fouling. That's been one of our struggles all season long. We're a competitive team. We like to scrap on the defensive end. I definitely think we got to improve our ability to guard at a high level without fouling. Sometimes there are fouls of aggression. You got to live with some of those. There's some, preparedness, not being in the right spot, the right rotation, not seeing a play, being a step early, you're a step late. So if we can limit teams from getting to the foul line, that'll really aid us because we're a team that thrives on playing with pace, getting up in the open floor. So the more that we're having teams going to the line, it's going to really slow us down. But credit to our guys, despite that. The execution in the half court, our guard play, our bigs, all getting connected. That's been one thing we've been emphasizing. But the more we can keep teams out of the bonuses and off the free throw line, the better for us.
Joe Molinax.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good, Joe. How are you?
Doing well, sir. Obviously, a lot has been made of Dillon Brooks and his ability to impact the game for the Grizzlies, especially as a scoring wing. He had a very good third quarter, but at the same time, he's one of those players that you just talked about, the foul issue, 4 fouls in the first half. That, of course, limits how much he can be on the floor. The importance of Dillon Brooks to what you guys are doing and what level he takes your offense to when he's clicking like he was in that second half and especially the third quarter.
He's so important to what, we do on a daily basis. His competitive fire, his spirit, you feel it out there. Obviously, when he gets it going on the offensive end, it's huge for us. It just opens up the floor for us more. Very dynamic player on the offensive end. But as you said, defensively, it's, I talk about fouling. A lot of us, are still working through, competing at this high of a level after a long layoff. I love the fact that our guys are competing. That's the number one thing. And now it's just kind of a daily process of how can I do that while being a little bit smarter. So to say that he had 4 fouls in the first half and then significantly improved in the second half, that's big for us. So the more that we can keep him, a lot of our, other guys on the floor, regardless of who it is, that's impactful for us because he sets a tone for us defensively, whether it's a primary ball handler, whether it's guarding tonight, it was shooters off of screens, being in rotations. It's important to have him on the floor for us.
Megan Triplett.
Hey, Coach. I know you said that, these 3 scrimmages, you were going to be using a lot of different rotations. What did you learn from the different lineups in these 3 scrimmages?
I think the biggest thing is, where our guys are comfortable, trying to get guys to play a little bit higher minutes right now after a long layoff, trying to stretch some rotations a little bit longer for some guys, some different combinations with the types of playmakers we're putting on the floor. And I think it's also just, getting a great understanding of when we put different personnel out there, what coverages can we execute. I think tonight, we're changing coverages pretty frequently as we're doing our sub patterns. So it's also gaining a comfort level and, the chemistry of the groups, the 5 guys out there, how well they're playing together, how they're playing off of each other. And then from a defensive standpoint, we know we're going to scrap and compete and fly around. But what coverages can we really execute out there with certain personnel? So those are the kind of the biggest takeaways. I feel, in a good spot. Some more evaluation to do over the next 2 days, as we get ready to play Portland. But definitely trending in the right direction, identifying, what our rotations are going to be.
Ferdinand Rivera.
How you doing, Coach?
Good, Ferdinand. How are you?
Doing great. The team closes with a great victory. How prepared is this team to defend the AC?
I think our guys are up for the challenge. We're still far from being a finished product. The fact that we're taking positive steps every single day, every single game, that's very encouraging for me. I think our guys are just focused on the task at hand each day. You know, first game's Portland, and once we get past Portland, then it's on to the next opponent. So we're not looking too far ahead. We know what we're playing for. You know, I'm not going to have to remind them every single day. You know, we just got to focus on what we do every single day. But I think these 3 games are very encouraging for me. Knowing that these guys are starting to click again, the chemistry's there. We're competing at a pretty high level, and they're motivated by just trying to get better every single day. I'm going to challenge them every single day to find any ounce of trying to get better, become more efficient, whatever that is. So if we can keep our focus on that, you know, as I always say, regardless of who we play, I think we're going to have a great shot at playing for that 8 seed.
Evan Barnes.
Taylor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Cool. We talked a lot about how the offense that was in rhythm tonight. The guys were shooting the ball well, but you mentioned defensively things being well. Was that maybe the most encouraging thing? Was that the guys defensively are getting back on track against a team like the Heat that shoots the ball really well?
Yeah, I mean, Evan, our defense, as we've said all season long, sets the tone for us. And, you know, the first couple of games, it's taken us time to find our groove on the offensive end. So knowing that we really established our defense, you know, in that first quarter, got away from us a little bit. I think both teams were playing pretty high basketball. I think we got 41, they got 33, but then we just started trending down. We had a great second quarter, kept them under 20 points, you know, won the third quarter. And a lot of that's just, you know, making an emphasis on the defensive end. I mean, this is an elite team that's got high aspirations this season in the Heat, as do we. So to get challenged by a team like that, they're going to force you to guard one-on-one, multiple actions. They got shooters running all over the place. They got elite rollers, and then we're having to scrap. You know, that's big for us. So this is a team that's always posed challenges with how tough they play. So happy with how we responded, but it's really our defense to set the tone. And then if we can get our defense in a good place, the rest will take care of itself. We get out, we're running. We're creating transition opportunities. We're spraying the ball around, getting 30-plus assists. That's great Grizzlies basketball right there.
All right, thanks, Taylor.
Great. Thanks, everybody.